What would you want us to know to make sure that there's not going to be institutions anymore? What would you tell us?
I think it's not a personal thing to have anymore. It's not good. People are glad to be out in the community, which is nice.
I don't like it there too much. There are too many people smashing you there. That's why I ran away.
But they used to aim the staple gun and pull the trigger.
I don't want to see it never again.
Would you ever want to live in a situation like that again?
Never. Never again. Never, never, never again.
It never leaves you. If somebody says it does, it's a lie. When I shut my eyes at night, I think I'm hoping I wake up in a sweat and thinking of this place, and I have never stopped thinking of this place.
So what is the best thing about you being out on your own now?
It means that I can do what I want, how I want, where to go.
Independence, having something to call your own, being able to come and go when you wanted to, not being told when he had to go to bed or get up, having the ability to choose what he wanted to eat every day and when he wanted to eat, not being told what he had to do.
I go shopping a lot. You can go places. You can go Toronto. You can go Ottawa. And I'm going to Florida. I just got my passport too.
Stories of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse of children, imprisonment, torture, dehumanizing punishment, forced abortion, sterilization, death, and even murder. Interviews with survivors corroborated these stories of an incessant violence. The experience of children living here were far removed from notions of child protection and care. In fact, these children were victims of a large-scale, multi-institutional, century-long betrayal. And as many survivors have asked me, how could they do this to children?
So what did they tell your mom?
That I'd be free to wander, and then they said, "Oh, we'll take good care of them." But that was a lie right there.
Was no good of a place, period. You know, because our family shouldn't stick us in there at first. I was placed in there when I was 2.5 years old, almost free.
I went down September 13th, 1971, 13 years old. Did like living in POW camp. That it looked like.
Yeah, they pulled me down the stairs all the time with my hair, head first. Then they put me down to the shower, and I didn't like that.
People smash you there, and the staff do that too, hitting you with a ruler, hitting you with that. And locked me up. They locked me up in the room, side room. Leave me there for a month. For a whole month.
Like I said many a times when they took me, and I begged God to end my life. He didn't do it. I would like to forget it all. I would like to forget I wasn't even there. But it's there. I know how many steps there is from the top to the bottom. I know how many landings there is, because that's where they took me. When the government came there to see how they're spending their money, what they do, they used to dress us up, take me down to a car, and this is known fact, they had 3 people testify to that. Give me a chocolate bar and candies, and said if the gentleman comes back and he's disappointed, he says, we'll deal with you.
After 122 years of violence and degradation, the Huronia Centre was finally closed. Yet the legacy of violence lives on, and there is still more work to be done. My research finds that children with disabilities continue to be warehoused in miniature institutions or group homes. There's an increasing lack of public resources to ensure community-based living and participation, and harmful stereotypes about children with disabilities persist.
Did you like to live in the institution? No.
Not at all. It's not something that he talked a lot about over the years, but it's something he hasn't been willing to really say. I can only imagine what it must have been like living in a dorm setting, you know, one among many in the room, not having any privacy, you know, not having the right to have your own possessions, things that could always be taken away or broken by others. These are things that have been reflected in what Michel prizes since he's moved out of Rideau Regional. Having his own home and his own things. Hey, Michel, is that important? Michel, did you like living in Smith Falls? No, eh? It wasn't a very nice place, was it?
What do you want people to know so that no one ever has to go to an institution again?
I don't want to see it never again.
Would you ever want to live in a situation like that again?
Never. Never again. Never, never, never again.
I wish I could go back in time and show you like this thing does through my eyes what they did. You would be astronomical. But if you're any research company, when you're doing stuff like this, you should actually go to these places. Just for your own research. The place will tell you exactly what they did. The place it'll be, you guys are trained for this kind of stuff, to look at this stuff. To me, I just walk into a room, well, it's just a room. I'm looking for, the first time I go into a room, I look for the easiest way out. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else. And I hope you do find time into researching this more. It'll help you on your way with children that are, like you say, in another world.
Listening to and learning from the stories of survivors is especially important when our provincial leader has reminisced over an old institution designed to imprison children with disabilities, implying that it should be reopened. The system of support must be transformed, and we must leave behind the disableism that underpins it. Historians always say that we can learn from history. Well, this is the history of child institutionalization. Will we learn from it?
So, what is the best thing about you being out on your own now?
I like it. Like being on my own. I can do things on my own and all that. I go to visit people and then socialize with and all that and all that. Go walking, visiting, and after I'm done I go back home and all that.
So what kinds of things are important to you now?
What kind of things are important to me now? I like doing things on my own, makes me feel good and all that.
One thing that was important to him in looking for an apartment or a new home is over the years of living in different locations with support through independent living, he always expressed what was important to him. And you can kind of tell this harkens back, I think, to institutionalized living, is that he wanted a bedroom with a door. He wanted a bathroom with a tub. And I could only imagine that there was just shower facilities in the institution and you didn't have the ability to soak in a tub and enjoy a nice bath. And owning his own possessions, he takes great pride in the things that belong to him and letting people know that they're his and that they can't be taken away.
I think it means that I can do what I want, how I want, where to go, without a staff marching, and but I can go where I want.
I told workers I like to move and live in a house, and then do everything you want.
So what places do you go that you feel really good about yourself?
You know, the place to shop, my favorite place to shop, Walmart. That's my favorite place.
Go do whatever you want. Go to bed anytime you want, stay up all night, do whatever you want. No one can tell you what to do.